Welcome children. In this video we are going to talk about the concept of CSV files. CSV stands for comma separated values files. Now what are CSV files? See, CSV files are the text files that are used to store the tabular data. Each line of the file is known as a record that indicates one row of the table. Now each record contain different values called field values. Right? The field values are separated by a delimiter. The default delimiter for a CSV file is comma, we already know as the name suggests, comma separated values file. So comma is a default delimiter for the CSV files. For other delimiters, you can use as pipe symbol, semicolon, colon, tab key. The extension of these files is .csv. Now, what is the advantage of this CSV file? See, as I told you that CSV files are used to store the tabular data. Since it is storing the tabular data in text form, therefore, it is highly suitable for importing and exporting the data to spreadsheet or to any DBMS, because most of the spreadsheet packages or the DBMS software support the CSV files. Then CSV files are very easy to use and create as well as manage. They can also store huge amount of data. So these are the advantages of CSV files, and in the coming topic you will notice that these are very easy to use. They are just as easy as your text file. Okay. Now whenever we have to use the CSV file, we take the help of a module provided by Python, and that is your CSV module. See, CSV files are text files, so you can deal with them just like any other text file. Right? You can read line by line the content of CSV file as a string, then split it into words. It could be done, but the better way is that you use the functions of CSV module. Right? Now CSV module provides two types of objects. One is your reader object and another is your writer object. Now what is the utility of this object? Reader object helps to read from the CSV file and writer object helps to write onto the CSV file. But before you use CSV module in your program, we have to import it into our program. And the statement for importing the CSV module is same as we import any other module, like import CSV. Okay. Now let's see how we open a CSV file. See, opening, since CSV is a text file, so the statement for opening the CSV file is same as opening any other text file. We will take the help of the function open. The syntax is file object name is equal to open function, and within open function, first of all we specify the name of the CSV file and then the file mode. Now coming up to the file mode, since CSV is a text file, so the text file modes will be used in CSV file also. That means R for reading, W for writing, A for appending. So these are the modes that we will use in the CSV file. All the modes of the text file are usable in the CSV file. Let's see the example over here. See, I have taken the file object name as F1 is equal to open, then the file name is student.csv and the mode is R. That means I am opening this file in the reading mode. In the same way, next example says F2 is equal to open student.csv, W. Now I am opening the file student.csv in writing mode. Closing the file. See, closing the CSV file again, just as you close any, you can say, text file or binary file, in the same way we will close the CSV file. Now CSV file, you can say, what is the syntax of close? File object name dot close. Now if my file object name is f1, I will write f1 dot close. If my file object name is f2, I will write f2 dot close. Okay. Now, the role of new line argument in opening the file. Now, this is very, very important. Now, new line argument is an argument of open function, right? CSV files are the text file, and the text files have end of line character. And whenever end of line character is read or written, some internal translations takes place. And we have also read it in the text file that different operating systems have different end of line characters, right? For Windows we have \r\n. This is the end of line character for Windows operating system. In the same way, different operating systems have different end of line characters. So suppose you have created a CSV file in one operating system with a different end of line character. Now you are opening the file or reading the file in another operating system with different end of line character. So it will lead to certain discrepancies. There will be certain problems in reading such a file. In order to suppress this end of line translations, we use the argument new line. Right? This argument helps you to suppress the translation, the end of line translation. Now this is used, as I told you, this argument is used with the open function. How do we write? F1 is equal to open, then file name, then mode, and then new line is equal to whatever the new line, end of line you want to use. Right? When you are creating the CSV file, you can use this argument to suppress the end of line translation when you are creating the file. So when you are creating the file, that means you have opened the file in writing mode, and when you write new line is equal to simple blank string. Now what will happen? Now no end of line translation will take place. Right? So such a file which is created without any end of line translation, that file, when you are going to read, then you don't have to specify any end of line character. But if you have created the file without end of line character, that means if you have created the file without this argument, then it will take the default end of line character. Now then in that case, if you are reading the file which is having the end of line translation, here you have to provide, while opening the file in reading mode, you have to provide this argument and specify what is the end of line character over here. Okay, we will see the effect of opening the file with new line and without new line in the upcoming videos. Okay.